Hey guys, it's Riv, and welcome back to another video. This time I am doing the Cheap Art Supply Challenge. I completed Inktober this year, and I was able to record most of those drawings, but that's really the only art challenge I've done on my channel so far, so I thought it'd be fun to try another popular one. I went to Hobby Lobby and bought these supplies, which are mostly in the kids section because that's where all the really cheap stuff was. I've seen other videos where people spend like $15 and up, and I know art supplies are expensive of course, and for some of the really good stuff that can be a good deal. Kinda depends on what it is, I guess, but yeah, I wanted to go full on cheapo for this. So first up are these little watercolors that are apparently washable. They were on sale, so I got it for $2.44. And there's only a few colors in here, but I figured I can mix them and make my own. Included in the set is this crappy little paintbrush, which I actually couldn't use after a while, and you'll see why. Next up are these crazy art color pencils, which were $1.99. This was the smallest and least expensive pack I could find, and I wanted to mostly just use these to outline and detail my drawing, which I'll show you guys again in a sec. And last but not least is the paper I used, which is this little Master's Touch watercolor pad. Now this of course was with the regular art supplies, so it is the exception, but it was also on sale for 40% off. Yeah, it ended up being $1.19. I bought this because it's small and cute, and because I wanted to get paper that could handle watercolor a little bit better than say just printer paper. So now that that's all out of the way, onto the actual drawing. I just decided to draw this little dragon head because, you know, I like drawing dragons and creatures a lot, and I thought I could probably make him look colorful and test out the different paints on him. But first I wanted to do some little tests with my supplies here because I wasn't really sure what to expect from these, to be honest. So I realized almost immediately that the color pencil would be pretty textured looking from the tooth of the paper, which is fine. I think that looks pretty nice. But as I tested the paints, my little paintbrush started to deteriorate a little. A lot of the hairs were falling out. I don't know if you guys can see all of them in the little water cup. But yeah, there's more on my finger, and they kind of look like little eyelashes. Sorry if that's kind of gross. I tried to keep going with it, but it got really annoying and noticeable for me, so I switched after a while to a completely different brush. So this is the one I started using, which is a Winsor & Newton Cotton Man brush in size 3. I actually got this for free a few years ago, but you can probably find brushes similar to this for about $2 to $4, I'm guessing. But yeah, those are just some color swatches. You can definitely see the grain of the paper here and how it'd sort of pool a little bit. When it dried, the colors were also quite chalky and flaky looking, so it was kind of weird. I had already traced my original drawing onto the watercolor paper with the blue color pencil, and I just jumped right in. You can see I had a little color scheme on my test paper on the right, and even though that helped, I don't think my piece turned out very strong in terms of its color, and it's not just because of my supplies either. I will admit that I had to rush a little bit because I was running out of daylight, and I only had one more day to record this, so yeah, maybe not the best choices in colors. One of the things I noticed about these watercolors is how light they would dry, and I'm not a watercolor pro or anything, but I've used them before, and I'm used to them drawing a little bit lighter, but this was kind of ridiculous. Colors also tended to muddle a bit after I put them down, even when the paper was dry, so you'd think they'd absorb, but they didn't. I think that mostly happened after I had already layered some paint, but again, I'm not totally sure. It could just be because I haven't done watercolor in a few weeks. I then tried to bring out the line work a little more, but the color pencils were just too light against the watercolors, so I got out a cheap blue pen. I had originally bought a set of 10 of these pens for my job at some point, but yeah, they were only $1, so that was cheap enough. Oh, and sorry guys if my hair gets in the way a lot. I need to remember to tie it back next time. But yeah, I think the pen did help, but the ink was a little bit resistant to the color pencil, and even some of the watercolor for some reason. So it wasn't exactly the smoothest thing to put down, but yeah, I did my best. I really disliked some of the areas of ink where I went too heavy and graphic-like, especially in that shadow underneath the neck. I tried to fix it, but yeah. I did a loose little background for my dragon, and then I think my video cut out a little bit early, but yeah, there he is. He's not perfect, but that wasn't really the point of this challenge, I guess. It was really just to test out some cheap supplies while still trying to make something look cool or nice, and have fun doing it. But okay, thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video and watching me struggle a little bit, and hopefully I will be talking to you guys again soon. Until then, bye!